Good morning and thank you very much for joining us. I am Ehiozuwa. Well, in keeping with the season, it is still raining, so happy Independence. And it's a sort of a cool one. It started off this morning in many parts of, I would just be guessing, many parts of Lagos, southwest of the country, where we're broadcasting from. But the most important thing is that we are alive to witness the 65th independence anniversary of our beloved country, Nigeria. As you heard in the president's speech, for those who are not old enough to know it, Nigeria has traversed some interesting journeys, some interesting roads, but we're definitely better off today than we were when we started out. In fact, we have put together a package based on the president's speech, and we'll take that now and talk a bit about that.
President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria has finally turned the corner, declaring that the worst is over. According to him, yesterday's pains are beginning to give way to relief.
Under our leadership, our economy is recovering fast, and the reforms we started over 2 years ago are delivering tangible results.
Available data shows that Nigeria's gross domestic product grew by 4.23% in the second quarter of 2025, the country's fastest pace in 4 years, surpassing the International Monetary Fund's projection of 3.4%. Inflation also declined to 20.12% in August 2025, the lowest level in 3 years. President Bola Tinubu says his administration has achieved 12 remarkable economic milestones as a result of the implementation of sound fiscal and monetary policies. He also acknowledged that the country is racing against time and must build critical infrastructure for future generations, because the country failed to make these necessary investments decades ago. But his administration is setting things right.
We have restored physical health. Our debt service to revenue ratio has been significantly reduced from 97% to below 50%. We have paid down the infamous ways and means advances that threaten our economic stability and triggered inflation. We have a stronger foreign reserve position today than 3 years ago. Our external reserves increased to 42.03 billion this September, the highest since 2019.
President Tinubu never misses an opportunity to pay tribute to the gallantry of men and officers of the armed forces and other security agencies working tirelessly to keep the country safe. He says his government is working diligently to enhance national security.
The officers and men of our armed forces and other security agencies, they are winning the war against terrorism, banditry, and other violent crimes. We see their victories in their blood and sweat to stamp out Boko Haram terror in the northeast, IPOB ESN terror in southeast, and banditry and kidnapping.
The message to Nigeria's youth demography is to continue to dream big, innovate, and conquer more territories in various fields of science, technology, sports, art, and the creative sector. The administration, through policies and programs, have deliberately targeted the welfare of this critical mass of the population.
I have a message for you, you young people. You are the future and the greatest asset of this blessed country. Our administration, through policies and funding, will continue to give you wings to fly sky high.
The necessary reforms introduced by the Tinubu administration came with so much hardship, but the president insists they are temporary and the best way out of an already bad situation.
Together, we are laying a new foundation cast in concrete, not on quicksand.
As Nigeria commemorates its 65th independence anniversary, President Tinubu's message is hope and a call to action. He says the federal government will continue to do its part to fix the plumbing in the economy. He called on Nigerians to turn on the taps of productivity, innovation, and enterprise. He urged the subnational entities to join hands in nation building. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Thanks to our Femi Akonde there, looking at the president's speech and extracting a report from it. It was quite a long speech, and it was very, very inspiring. There's so much that we need to be thankful for. But the president will be one of the first to say that we're not yet where we need to be, but where we are is very encouraging. Honorable Ehiozuwa Agbonaima, Federal Commissioner, Code of Conduct Bureau, is our guest this morning. So, well, happy independence. I can't say it often enough because we do have reason to be happy.
Thank you very much. Happy independence to all Nigerians, sons and daughters, home and abroad.
That's right.
We have a reason to celebrate.
Indeed. In fact, as illustrated by the president's speech, his determination, how resolute he is to taking this country out of where it was before. The president spoke about dealing with so many cankerworms that we've had, be it in corruption, be it in multiple exchange rates, and in short, corruption, even corruption, because the subsidy, which I suppose is the biggest, that really gets all the press, so to speak, that has been done away with. Even as we are still in sort of challenging waters now, but I'm sure that will be sorted out. Your thoughts on that aspect of the president's optimism, never mind that there still is much to do.
Thank you, Mr. Ayo.
Yori,
good
please.
morning to all Nigerians.
Yes, thank you.
Yori, sorry, Mr. Yori, thank you. I want to appreciate God Almighty for making it this day possible, to congratulate all Nigerians, and to also appreciate Mr. President for his speech this morning. It is not easy. People can say, things that maybe will not unite us, but rather what the president have just done, it's unity among every one of us, putting Nigerians first in everything that we do, and also making sure that there is progress in this nation. Yes, we are not where we ought to be. We are not where we used to be. What I'm saying, and what Mr. President is saying, that the progression is being fast-tracked. But to do that, it must require the collective effort of every patriotic Nigerians.
Yeah.
Mr. President cannot solve the menace of Nigerians alone. It's going to require all Nigerians, the governors, the chairman of the council, the councillor, the National Assembly, all of us, the judiciary, the MDAs, to put this nation in the right perspective. That is what Mr. President spoke about. And unfortunately, we have some people try to derail the wheel of Mr. President's, progress in moving this nation forward. It is not easy, Mr. Ayore. I'm telling you, my dear brothers and sisters out there watching, it is easy to say all that we have been hearing negatively, but let's speak with one voice. Let's speak with one unity. Let's come together that Nigeria belongs to every one of us, regardless of your political affiliation, religious background. What is important, putting the nation first. Praying for Nigeria flag. Nigeria flag. If you go to America, they pray for their country. Nobody pray against their nation. You pray for your leaders to succeed. My prayer this morning is for God to protect and guide Mr. President, to give him good health, because good health is wealth, to give him longevity, to give him the wisdom that we allowed him to know those that are trying to derail the will of his progress, some of those that he has empowers appointed that are not working towards his path. God should give him that wisdom to know them and send them packing. Because he means well for this nation. I am saying it from the bottom of my heart. If he doesn't mean well, I will say it. He means well, putting this nation at the front burner. He was not the one that created the menace we are facing in this nation today. Corruption has eaten us deeply. He was not the creation of corruption. I am saying this. If you are watching, when you point one finger at others, the other four is pointing at you. What have you done lately in solving the problem, in fighting the menace of corruption? Mr. President cannot face the nation by himself alone. You and I, we collectively, governors, look at the situation when I look at the fuel subsidy removal. It was tough. Every other candidate of various political parties spoke about the removal of fuel subsidy. Immediately, Mr. President was sworn in. He was able to remove this, illegal, in-depth corruption that has eaten us. That is fuel subsidy. Guess what? Mr. President has saved trillions for Nigeria to survive, to succeed. But I'm calling on most of the governors, please join Mr. President to succeed, because we have 3 tiers of government: the federal, state, and local government. If Mr. President is doing his part, the governors are doing their part, the local government chairman, the councillor, the National Assembly are doing their part. Every Nigerian, whatever position you are placed that is given to you, you are doing your part. Guess what? The end result will be success. This nation will be among the leading nations in the world. But if you expect only Mr. President to solve our problem, we are jokers. Mr. President alone cannot solve the problem facing this nation.
And he has indicated that he's ready to do even more, to work even harder, much as we have seen some improvements. We've seen some improvements. Oil production has rebounded. Inflation was at its lowest rate in recent times, I think in August, according to what Mr. President told us. But Mr. President is not unaware of the fact that there are those who have made it their vocation to, just be, bringing up all those aspects that we are yet to deal with. And Mr. President is saying that, look, to each his own, but let us say what has been achieved, and let all men of goodwill look at it, look at where we were before, and let's continue this journey. Local states and local governments have now been given the wherewithal through, regular finances to them to do more than some of them have been doing. And all of these didn't used to happen before. So it's like he was subtly reminding that, take it easy. If you were only going to be detached about this matter, things are definitely looking up from where they were. It now requires, as you have been saying just in the past few minutes, that it's not a job for Mr. President alone. Mr. President has done his own part, and he hasn't said that I'm taking my hand off the plow yet. More will still be done. But there are other people that need to join in, especially as he presented the results. Oil production, has rebounded. The Naira has stabilized, and under social investment programs, support for poor households and vulnerable Nigerians, we're talking about 330 billion. And this is just a microscopic aspect of the things that are being done. So I guess we're lucky. We're lucky in the sense that Mr. President will not tire of working for Nigerians who he seems to have a love affair with. That I am here only because of you, and I'm going to work, and I am working, and I will continue to work. All of that was very, very encouraging, perhaps.
You see, Mr. Ayori, if you look at our GDP, even the IMF projected,
yes,
lower than what we have today. Today, it has grew to I'm talking about 4.23%. Our GDP. And the IMF projected 3.2. And that is progress. Yes, that is why I'm saying we are not where we ought to be. We are not where we used to be. That progression is being fast-tracked. And it's going to require the collective effort of every one of us, every patriotic Nigerian, for God's sake. So for me, I have confidence on Mr. President. It is left to others, the governors, the council chairmen, the senators, the House of Rep members, all those saddled with the responsibility of moving this nation forward, including all of us, civilians. Even though if you are not a public officer or a civil servant, you are a Nigerian. This is your country. We have no other country. But to salvage this together, not by criticism. Yeah, it's good to criticize. When you are criticizing, what is the best solution? In every problem, there's a solution. Why you try to profile for the solution for our dear nation in moving this country forward? Not just talking and making derogatory statement, blackmailing Mr. President, saying all those things that will not help moving this country forward. Rather, things that will unite us rather than divide us. These are my take about Mr. President. He means well. Do you mean well for this nation? I do. Let's work for the goodness of this nation. Look, I was born in 1960. And I want to tell you, I am celebrating my birthday. I am celebrating Nigeria's birthday because this is my country. I love my country. I know you do. Please, let's work together. Pray for Mr. President. Pray for the leadership. Every leaders that is in the helm of affairs in this nation. Let's pray for them to work, to succeed. If they succeed, if this nation succeeds, guess what? It is all of us that will benefit from it. If federal roads are tied, it is you. If healthcare is put in place, it is you that will benefit. If we have good transportation system, you will definitely benefit. If we have good healthcare system, who will benefit? But every one of us will do, of course, we will benefit from it. So let us stay on the same path in moving this nation forward. I understand things are hard, things are difficult. People are feeling the pain because of the corruption that has eaten us deeply. Can you imagine Mr. President being able to acquire, to save trillions in the history of this nation? It has never been so good for various 36 states, including FCT, that they do receive now more than expected, almost times 4 what they used to receive, both as federal allocation and what is coming to them because of the fuel subsidy savings that Mr. President has been able to achieve, sending more money to various states and the local government. But I want the government, I'm talking about the governors and the chairman of council, to please join Mr. President in this effort so that those in your state, those in your local government are able to benefit from this wonderful, achievement of saving money for you. This money has been saved for you. That is why Mr. President today have set up South Development Commission, Southwest Development Commission, Southeast Development Commission. Look at North Central Development Commission, Northeast Development Commission, Northwest Development Commission. All these are because he wants to develop the country. So if he has been able to achieve that by saving money, that those corrupt, Nigerians that have derailed you, stolen your resources all these years, now the money is coming back to state. But I want to appreciate some of the governors that are doing well. I was going to say that there are some, but it's like we want everybody on board. Well. Yes, there are some that are doing excellently well, but I want those who are a little bit back, sitting, at the idle, to please join the train, join Mr. President. Please, I am appealing, I'm speaking to your conscience, I'm speaking to your heart, to join Mr. President, because enough money has been given to you. I am not saying it because I'm from Edo State. My governor, Senator Okpebholo, is working. He has hit the ground running. I see a lot of governors working. I'm going to mention names. I will. FCT is working.
Okay.
Lagos is working. Enugu is working. I am
Indeed.
telling you.
Indeed.
Ogun State is working. All right? If your name, I'm not mentioning your name, please, if you do more next time, we mention your name. Yes.
Okay. You know,
these people are working. You can see the dividends of democracy in their various states. You know, if you are not working, if you are not part of this success, I will say this: Hope Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State, he is working. People might be saying all kind of negative things about him. He is working. You can see the achievement in his state. Go to Kaduna. The governor is trying his best. The killings have reduced. So today we have reason to celebrate. I can tell you, out of 36 state governors, including FCT, I give them 65%. So please, let's work towards progress. Joining Mr. President.
Indeed.
Mr. President have laid the foundation, he have laid the reform, and the policy is working. Look, he said, no pain, no gain. As today, that pain is gone. We are not facing a new relief. So,
sir, I wouldn't go as far as saying the pain has gone. Shall we say it is diminishing? Because we still have to...
The pain is diminishing.
Yes.
It's not that the pain is gone. The pain is still there. Even though if you have headache, when you have headache, you take medication. That pain does not just go one day. It's gradual. Before you know it, the pain is totally gone. We are feeling pain because of those that have stolen your money. They have stolen, and they have stolen your resources. Let me also appreciate the Senate. The Senate for being able to set up a hot committee about the undeclared crude oil. Billions, trillions of Nigerian resources have been stolen, taken to global destination. That the Senate President haven't been able to, with the leadership of the National Assembly, to set up an hot committee to investigate. And I'm happy yesterday, the Senator, the Chairman, Senator Ned Nwoko, the chairman of the ad hoc committee on the ECC crude oil theft, we paid a visit to the CNS, that is, Vice Admiral Ogala, who spoke well, had a wonderful plan. But I believe by the time this investigation is done, Nigeria will be proud of the National Assembly, the Senate. Why? We need to empower the Navy, all those ships that they have, arrested. What do they do with them? They should prosecute them. Navy should be empowered, giving them special court to try those that have stolen, our, oil from the Niger Delta. So I am saying that, look, Navy, it is your right to be able to prosecute that you have arrested, but because it is not in the Constitution, I have spoken, Senator Ned Nwoko have taken that decision to sponsor a bill or on an act, an amendment for the Navy to be able to prosecute, for them to have their own special court. If they have their own special court, they'll be able to prosecute those by reducing the menace of corruption in the waterways of Nigeria. So I think we're in the right direction. We are moving forward. The president is working. And I tell you, if all of us join hands with Mr. President, victory is highly assured.
Which some already are doing, as you mentioned, but it's like we want everybody, because the point has been made that it's not a sole responsibility of Mr. President, it's all of us, and particularly those that have been enabled to do what they have been doing. You have mentioned a number of states and commended them, so be it. But the president, in passing, also spoke about rent seekers in this our beloved country. They've been at it for so long, it has become almost like the norm. Well, Mr. President called them out and said that it's not business as usual anymore. And they do know it because things have changed. People were just getting money because of how they were positioned and how very much in the, how does one even express it? But it's like it's become a right. That now, this is how we do. Well, Mr. President has said that is not how it is going to continue to be. Rent seeking is not anything that we need to be proud of. And he mentioned it in passing, but I was happy that he mentioned it because there are so many, and this goes to your own special area of interest, which is dealing with corruption, confronting corruption, fighting corruption. Because he said that, it's not going to be business as usual anymore. And I think they have seen it already.
Well, let me just say this. It is not about whether APC, PDP, or Abga or Labour. The governor of Abia State is also working very hard. The governor of Akwa Ibom is working very hard. Yes. And Rivers State governor started well, and he will end well. Okay? But to add to what you have just raised now, let me say this. My dear brother, in this country, where we have, undeclared crude oil that went to global destination, to the detriment to the Nigerian people, that at a time, the NNPC made $123 billion.
Okay.
Central Bank confirmed that they only received $42 billion. The records are there. That is one of the reasons why the Senate President have to set up this ad hoc committee. When he saw the details, the document, how can this happen? Over $81 billion, nowhere to be found. So where is Nigeria's money? These are the things we're talking about. You could remember the Senate public account, Senator Wadada, saying the NNPC could not reconcile 210 trillion naira. Where did they go? It is in this country where former Accountant General stole over 211 billion naira. Nothing has happened. Look, but unfortunately, I have said this over and over again, that those who stole 10,000 naira, 100,000 naira, I went to some prison the other day just to find out the reason why they are in prison. They said, some of them said 75,000, they said they stole 10,000. When those who stole billions and trillions are working freely, that is double standard. I am appealing to the judiciary to up their game. All of us to up our game. I want to thank the EFCC. They are working very hard. I want every Nigerian to support their effort.
Okay.
ICPC is working hard.
All
Code
right.
of Conduct Bureau. I'm not saying this because I work with Code of Conduct Bureau. We have a new chairman. Ever since he came, he have hit the ground running. We are getting results. Those, if I tell you what he has been able to unearth, it will shock you. Which,
Okay,
of course,
we've got to take a break now. The sort of juicy tidbits that Mr. President spiced his speech with. I just was looking at, the removal, of course, of the corrupt petroleum subsidy, but also the fact that our external reserve increased to $42.03 billion this September, the highest we were to understand since 2019. So, Honorable Ehiozuwa, these are indeed, notable, laudable achievements. But we were talking about this same theme yesterday, and we were hearing that people called in and said, I'm a Nigerian too. I want to be as happy as people are saying we should be happy, but me, I've not seen anything yet. And so the expert who was in studio yesterday had to explain that, well, this is the way these things go. Once the critical mass has been attained, then it will be, as it were, but we definitely are making progress. We're not where we used to be 28 months ago, and it can only get better from here. The president has just gone halfway through his first term, so there's a heck of a lot more that we can legitimately look forward to, looking at what has been done in the past. But let me bring Reverend Dominic has joined. Good morning, Reverend Dominic.
Good morning, Chief Yori. Happy Independence.
Happy Independence to you too.
Yes, sir. Yori, please, I want to talk to you. I can't hear you clearly.
Okay. You can't hear us clearly? Okay. Can you hear me now?
Okay, I want to talk to your guest.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I've listened to him severally. I want to advise him in this way. He is an officer in this government. Whenever he's talking about double standing, government is a continuum. You have sent a message to international community or nationwide. The government you are part of it are double standing. Please mind what you say. Number two, you're an official, so the thing you say, you take it serious. If you know who is this criminal, why not take a personal position to ICPC? Why not take a personal position to EFCC? If you're official, you are in contact bureau. That is the key of investigation. Why are you flying far every time? I think what you're doing, but don't do it because the part of this government. You are painting it black, even though you think you're doing well. That's by design. When you begin to mention states that are doing well, you mention Imo State. Even from Imo State, I live in Lagos. I'm from Imo State. Where I live in Imo, I'm from Imo State. I can't enter my father's house. That was a road that you built 15 years ago. Have broken down. I can't drive into my father. I'm from Imo. I can't enter my father's house. They have broken down. What do you mean by somebody is doing well? If I'm from Imo State, you can't stay and say, let me talk about Edo. Again, Mr. President has saved money. This is my advice to you. Obasanjo just saved money and paid debt. Some of us quartered debt in civil society. Why are you saving money? We don't have light. We don't have industry. We don't have anything. If you save this money today, the next government will come and squander it. That's what happened. If the president, the food is still costly, inflation is still high. Use that money and make everything possible that Nigerians can eat 2 square meals.
Okay, Reverend Dominic. Well, thank you very much for that take. That's your take. Although I was a bit concerned when you said that because Honorable Ehiozuwa is not from, Imo State, how can he talk about Imo State? As you know, there are figures, there are documents, there are records that will show, but he can speak for himself. Let me hand it over to you, sir. You heard the Reverend gentleman's criticism.
Let me say happy Independence Day to him, Mr. Dominic, my brother.
Reverend Dominic.
You have,
Reverend Dominic.
Reverend Dominic. Okay, Reverend Dominic. As a reverend, I think we all should speak the truth and nothing but the truth. If he's saying that I'm not from Imo, I grew up in Imo State. I want him to know that. My first daughter was born in Imo, and the mother is from Imo. That's where I grew, and that's where I worked for many years. So I have a lot of information about Imo. I'm not just saying it because of saying. You might not like Hope, that's fine. You don't have to like everybody. But the truth must be put in place. What I'm saying, I am saying it from the bottom of my heart. There are many other governors that is trying. But what I'm saying, I have said it, and I stand by it. And again, let me tell you this. If we all are working, I've seen a situation, EFCC is doing his job, you see people castigating. You see ICPC, you see sometimes police doing their job. I'm not saying that there's perfection, everywhere is perfect. No, I'm not saying that Nigeria is 100% perfect. No, I'm not saying that the pain is totally gone. Yes, it's not. Yes, but are we progressing? That is the key. We are progressing. We are not where we used to be. Rather, we are not where we ought to be. Mr. President is doing his best to take us to the next level. If all of us come together, as a pastor, you are a reverend. As a pastor, I would have seen you pray for the nation first, because you have to pray for this country to move forward. It's not about castigating, criticizing.
All right.
You have no solution.
Okay, sir.
Let
me bring on another.
His own opinion. I stand to defend myself. I'm a Nigerian. Yes, Mr. President is not perfect. I am not perfect. Neither as a pastor is perfect. But we are all Nigerians. We must come together to fight the menace of corruption. Corruption is a pain. There's corruption inside the church.
Okay, I got to bring.
There is a pastor. There's corruption all over.
I've got to bring on this caller. A caller has been waiting to join the program. Let me bring on Dr. Drosimi, retired AIG, calling from Lekki. Good morning, Dr. Drosimi.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir.
Yori, happy independence.
Happy 65th independence. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Uncle Yori. I want to say happy independence.
I am returning the greeting. Happy 65th independence to you too.
Our man at the studio is always very passionate about the corruption in the system and how we have been missing millions, billions of dollars from our resources, our joint resources that have been taken away. I hope we have more Nigerians talking like this. It will be wonderful. I want to thank the president and congratulate the president that economy is recovering from the data we are seeing. But like the president has promised Nigerians, he promised that he will make agriculture sexier by bringing in more.
You always bring that up, Dr. Drosimi, that President Tinubu said he's going to make agriculture sexier. You always bring it up. I hope you can hear me. Oh dear, oh dear. It does look, I think you were, going down until you petered out. So sorry about that. Dr. Drosimi, retired AIG, he calls virtually every day. That's another passionate Nigerian. And also he has a passion for current affairs. So thank you very much, Dr. Drosimi, for calling in. I had to interrupt you, Honorable Ehiozuwa, in order to take that, because the nature of our show is that it's a call-in, there's a call-in aspect to it. So please continue, sir, if there is still more.
Thank you, Mr. Ayori. Everybody have the right of their opinion. That is why we are Nigerians. Mm-hmm. That is
but you've explained it. You are an Imolite. You've explained that you are actually an Imolite. How are they to know that you're...
I wouldn't say I'm an Imolite.
Well...
I am an Edolite.
Okay.
But I grew up in Imo. I have a lot of friends there.
And your wife is from Imo.
Anything about Imo that I don't know about.
And so, and your daughter can claim both Imo and Edo?
Yes, that's very correct. So that is very correct, Ms. Ayori. Well, Nigerians, this issue is not about who is right or who is wrong. This issue is about our dear nation, putting Nigeria first.
And that is Mr. President's perspective.
That is what Mr. President was saying. He said, quote and unquote, if I may just say what, Mr. President said that pains are giving way to release.
Okay.
The worst is
in over. A number of aspects, yes.
The worst is over.
Yes.
It could be better, but we are getting somewhere.
Okay.
Let's give him the opportunity. But I'm also saying to Mr. President, sir, there are some that are not walking your path. There are some that is trying to derail the wheel of your progress. All I'm asking for God Almighty to give you the wisdom to know them, identify them, and send them packing.
Let me bring on Mr. Meduoye. Mr. Meduoye is waiting to join the program. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Happy anniversary.
Happy 65th anniversary to you.
Uncle Yori, our guest, I really love his passion for the country. What Reverend was saying the other time, I don't know where I get that if you are not from one state, you don't know what is happening. I'm from Ondo State, based in Lagos. I can tell you what happens anywhere in the country. I'm not from Akwa Ibom. Who will tell me that the governor of Akwa Ibom is not performing? Once you visit a place about 10 years ago and you visit now, you will know who is performing. Naturally, the way Oak became governor, some people from Imo State did not like him. And they cannot diffuse that likeness from their mind. The president was in Imo yesterday. We saw what he commissioned. We know where he met Imo when Rocha left. Trying to come and say that I'm from Imo, somebody's not from Imo. It's wrong. We should try to hide our emotions. If you I know it's government in Southwest. I don't like him. And I know he's performing, but instead of condemning me, I quit quiet. I don't praise him.
Well,
we should try to this man is, every time I see him, in fact, the moment I heard his voice up, I ran downstairs to come and watch him. He's passionate about Nigeria.
Indeed. So was the person who called in. He is also passionate about Nigeria.
But he has projects, monumental projects that he's spending money on. He never said that the president is keeping money. He's taking the money and spending. If anybody know what the coastal road, Lagos Calabar coastal road or Badagry to Sokoto, you know that it's making money.
All right.
And evidently his approach today, me, I don't like him. And I know
Okay.
because
Well,
this is our gentleman.
no, in the spirit of our birthday.
If not,
Okay.
he has always been very forthright.
Mr. Meduoye, I hear you, sir.
The way
Mr.
you are
Meduoye.
telling us, continue to tell us.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Meduoye. But today is our birthday, and people are passionate about the country. Allow everybody to come, each man to his own. It's a democracy, and where people feel that there's something that can be, rebuffed, they will go ahead and do so, all in the spirit of our birthday. Because we do get a lot of passionate Nigerians come on our program here, and,
Yes.
people, it's part of what makes the program. Passionate Nigerians will come on and say their piece, and that's what we have here. Thank you very much for your understanding, especially Honorable Ehiozuwa. We've established that you are very lucky. You said you are an Edolite, but your wife is an Imolite, and your daughter is combined the both of them.
My wife is not. My wife is not Imo.
Oh,
I see.
My wife
is Edolite.
Oh, she's Edolite too.
My wife is Edolite, but yes.
Oh, so you people don't have any Imo connection? Apart from your living and working there.
My first daughter, I'm putting my private business on the air. My first daughter, the mother is from Imo before I got married. That is that. But
I get you.
Let me say this. Let me say this, Mr. Yuri.
Okay. Let me bring on Mr. George. Let me bring on Mr. George. Good morning, Mr. George in Lagos.
Good morning, Uncle Yuri.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning to the guest.
Yes.
Uncle Eric, I want to say congratulations to Nigerians. It's not easy to attain 65 years as we have done, irrespective of the level of achievement we have made.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're very right.
In every country, you have people that are not happy with some progress that is being made for different reasons. The only difference with our own case is that we do it with so much prejudice without an iota of a nationalistic feeling. There's nothing anybody can do about those who do not like whatever is good for our country. It is only when something is negative that you see them talking. They will abandon the 80% positive things that are happening as if they don't have a mouth to speak. But the 20% or so that are not positive are the ones that we highlight and create millions of social media accounts to promote. There's nothing one can do about such people. The only thing if any reasonable person that is enlightened, that takes a look at the economy in 2023 and now, we know that there has been some progress.
Indeed.
So, and the president is focused. That is my own consolation. He is not perturbed about what people are saying.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling in, Mr. George. Really appreciate it. Honorable Ehiozuwa Agbonaima, Federal Commissioner, Code of Conduct Bureau, we can move forward, and although we have very little time left, there's so much to talk about Nigeria, and your passion is notable when you come on. But Mr. President has expressed his hopefulness, and you have also, a lot of people, just like Mr. George, who has just gone, who has just, contributed his piece, has said, there are differences between when Mr. President took over and now. And there certainly will be more differences by the time his first term is over. And if the electorate says so, the man will have a second term, everything depending on the electorate. So we sort of already know what we're in stock for. So generally speaking, there's much to be thankful for, as we say, even though there still is much to be done. Is that not so?
That's very correct. In addition, let me just thank all the callers, whether they were right or wrong, whether their submission was positive or negative. it is their absolute right.
Yes.
To their own submission. I want to appreciate them. For me, I just believe that having superior argument is always very important. Sometimes misinformation, being able to assess, to know exactly what is around you, what is going on. So I have nothing against them. His
no, of course. I think that is a given. We know.
I also want to thank him for taking the opportunity to call in, now to educate him, also for him to know more that, look, we are all Nigerians. We should show that passion that this country is ours.
Okay.
To fight the menace of corruption is going to require collective effort of every Nigerian.
And to continue to improve in governance.
I'm sorry. Yes, governance. Coming from Edo State, as an Edo man, I would say that, yes, my governor, like I said, he just came in and he hit the ground running and he's walking. And in Edo, there's no road. The GRO is dead.
Okay.
Nowhere.
So his attitude is what you would commend to other Nigerians. We've run out of time.
In the history of Edo State, we have flyover today. So, and come to FCT and see what is happening in FCT.
Okay.
Go to many of the states. You see progress. All I'm saying that Mr. President cannot solve the problem of Nigeria alone.
You've made that point repeatedly, and right you are. I'm so sorry, sir. We've run
However,
we've run out of time.
When you see somebody committing crime, report, write to Code of Conduct Bureau, write to EFCC, write to ICPC, call the police.
Honorable,
tell somebody.
As I said, we've run out of time. I want to thank you very much, Honorable Ehiozuwa Agbonaima, Federal Commissioner for Code of Conduct Bureau. We always enjoy it when you come on our program. Thank you very much. And again,
thank you. Happy Independence Day to everyone.
Indeed, happy Independence. Thank you very much. So we're going to have to leave it there for now, but do please join